Indeed, Aquarius is kind of like the air in the space that holds the water and carries it around the earth. Similarly, something happens inside of us as well, and it's some same essence of Aquarius. So we'll take a number of moments to settle into that and really feel into that, tap into that, by setting ourselves up into a nice seated position wherever we are. So wiggle around, maybe find something to make yourself a little bit more comfy. Come to the back of your seat, close your eyes, and bring your awareness down into your hips. Notice anywhere in your legs and your hips and your knees and your ankles where you can let go of any tension, where you can scoot around a little bit so you have a nice, solid, stable base underneath you, the bottom of your being. And then once your hips and everything from downward there feels secure and comfy, bring our awareness back into our hips and into our sacrum, and then slowly we'll move ourselves up our spine, breathing in and out as the vertebrae extend upwards, decompressing from each other, creating space. As our lumbar spine lengthens, and then our thoracic spine lengthens, and our rib cage breathes in and expands open, lifting the front and back of the rib cage up so that we're lifting up like a balloon rather than arching. Our spine becoming like the string of the balloon underneath it, nice and long and just dangling there as the balloon starts to lift up more and more. Allow your neck, cervical spine, and the crown of your head to also lengthen and reach towards the sky. Setting up your posture, setting up the integrity of our torso, and bring your hands anywhere on your lap, almost face up. We're in between the knees and the hip creases. Taking a moment for a few more wiggles if you need to twist side to side or wiggle the spine and lengthen up. And continue to breathe. Feeling now the presence of our body here in the space that we inhabit. Feeling ourselves sitting here on whatever it is, surrounded by the air that feels however it does. With our spine lifting up and our breath moving in and out, exchanging air from the macrocosm into the microcosm, swirling and circulating around and then exchanging back out with our breath to the macrocosm again to do the same thing. Swirl and exchange, circulate, and be available for all the beings here that exist just like us. They too have the presence of the here and now, just as we do, just as worthy. Feeling the reverence of life in our breath, in our body now, and into our heart. We'll bring our mind into our heart, awareness into our heart, feeling it beat inside of our chest with our breath moving in and out. Taking a moment just to feel as it is and as it is not, how the heart beats and how it pumps in the chest. Any sensation or heat, tingling from just our awareness coming right here to the center of our heart. Awesome. Now from our heart, we'll keep our mind in our heart. And we'll just notice if there's any thoughts that are happening right now, other than what's going on with the meditation. Just acknowledge if there's any thoughts happening in your mind, your body. And imagine that these thoughts and all the thoughts that occur in your mind are like clouds in the sky. And our mind is the sky. And these clouds, they come and they go and they move and they flow. And they're subject to the winds of our life and of our mind. The essence of Aquarius brings forth all the offerings of water in the air and all the thoughts that occur. Yet it's always up to us if we're going to pay attention to the clouds, the rain clouds, or to the sky. Looking past and through, seeing the clarity that exists even when the thoughts and the rain is there. And when can we only give our attention to the rain clouds and the thoughts that are going to help the land grow, that are going to help us grow? Continuing to breathe as the visualization and imagination sees the clouds of thoughts moving and dissipating away, not holding on to anything. Another essence or aspect of Aquarius. So easy to continue to flow and move on, to experience new things without obstruction. Now, as these thoughts, these rain clouds move around, water clouds move around in your mind, notice the ones that are really meaningful to you. And just in a very broad, vague sense, notice the ones that are meaningful to you and allow them to start to rain into your mind, into your body. All these good thoughts, these beneficial thoughts, these forward progressive thoughts to start to rain. And as they do, gather a vessel within your hands and arms, and actually moving our hands and arms to gather it and hold it underneath our arm so that we can gather this rain from the wonderful things in our mind that are meant to be carried to fertile grounds where it's needed. Allow this rain to fill up the vessel, to fill up this pot or this container, this vase or whatever it is. And as it fills up, start to breathe deeper, expanding the lungs, and lift up the posture by reaching the crown of your head towards the sky. Nice integrity in the body and the posture, holding this vessel as it fills up with water from the rains of our minds and good thoughts and good imaginations. And as it comes to fullness, you can feel it filling up and it's come to the brim all the way to the top. Our breath will start to slowly shift forward and back. So exhaling slowly forward just a little bit, inhaling back, rocking forward and back and slowly holding onto the vessel, allow it to tip water out. And as you do this, start to imagine that all around you is the fertile ground, the soils of our world and the minds, our minds and the collective mind that needs our inspiration, good thoughts, good imaginations, and benevolent energies, all of our colorful rainbows inside of our head. They need this water. We need this water. We need to share it. And as we move forward and back, notice with your breath how far you need to go forward and back, how patient you can be, and how much water you can let out, and where it's necessary to let out how much. And you'll know intuitively. There won't be much effort to how that occurs. Just follow your breath. And as this happens, the water slowly, more and more makes its way out. We're emptying our vessel. We're sharing it. We're bearing the waters of ourself, of our imagination and creativity and inspiration, bearing the waters of our light. In this moment, in this meditation, we may be feeling what it's like to help guide that where it's meant to go. Just like the clouds somehow know where to rain on the earth. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. There's a guidance system in the earth and in the climate and in the weather, just like there is inside of us. Next number of breaths, 3 to 5 breaths, will slowly empty the vessel out to all the way. So if you have to tip up the back, pour the rest out. Feel what that feels like. Very satisfying. Very fulfilling. Very loving. And then as you bring your vessel back into your side, let the vessel disappear as we bring our hands up to our heart, placing whichever hand on top of the other. Feel the warmth in your heart. Feel the sensation and the feelings in your chest, beating in your breath. And whatever there is that's feeling right now. Reverence for oneself. The love for oneself. The honor for the sacred Dharma that you yourself have come here to explore and express. All of our waters mixed together, and they're meant to. It's nice that we have the conscious awareness and the intuition to work together to let us know where it needs to go. We'll continue to breathe. Allow our hands to drop back down to our side. Lengthening our spine and our neck and the crown of our head towards the sky. One last time to feel the integrity in our body, the strength of our posture. And then with the next 2 breaths, inhaling and exhaling, we'll bring our hands up above our head into a prayer position. And then inhale, reach your fingertips towards the sky, keeping the hands in prayer. And then exhale your prayer hands to the crown of your head. Just like that. We'll take a moment to acknowledge the divine in all things and everything, and always and everywhere in us. Acknowledge the crown of our head for allowing the information and wisdom necessary to come through in a way that is healthy and comfortable for us each individually, which means that it can't all come at once. Thank you, each of us, for taking our time. We'll bring our hands down past our heart and down in front of our root. And point your fingers downwards, your fingertips downwards, so a downward prayer right in front of the root chakra. We'll give thanks and reverence for this world and the physicality that we are experiencing. Our stability, our security, our grounding. Giving thanks that there's always water where it needs to be, and there's always water in our lives when we need it. Breathe our hands up in front of our heart, bringing the fingertips upwards yet again into an upright prayer, and choosing to bow our heads, if we may, to give thanks and praise for our unique individuality. In our exploration through all worlds, the growth of our heart from it all, and the growth of each other's hearts. We do this together. In the essence of the humanitarian alien Aquarius, who sees us, who sees all endeavors as bringing one together, all together as one. Thank you to the Aquarian within all of us, and you, being here today. Thank you and namaste. I'd like to welcome Amelia back as we take a moment to come back to the space, allowing our breath to ease back into normalcy, our eyes to open up, maybe our fingers and our toes wiggle into movements, and we come back into the room with each other. Thank you all for being part of this event and for being part of the evolution of consciousness within Spirit Mysteries and the consciousness within the world. It's a really wonderful honor to be here.